Hey, it's Kapow, and today we're going to be looking at the major fights and mistakes of my mentee Knuckles. For other players, it could be helpful to see that he's making the same mistakes that you guys might be making. Alright, so we're going to go into this first mid-fight, and he's going to get up on this rock here. And so either he can jump onto the right side on the roof, or he should really just fall off and not worry about dealing damage here. So because he's fighting the soldier here, he should actually push him because he has people jumping. And right here he's going to need to fight the scout on the left, not the scout further away from him. And he's actually going to die because the scout that he ignores hits him really hard. Alright, so they're going to lose mid and come back to last. And basically right here he needs to get a buff because they're going to be coming in. So he sees him right here, and instead of pressuring, he needs to make sure he has a buff before he does that. So it's a good idea right now that he comes in and tries to cut off anyone that's trying to come in past the Uber. But it's a bad idea that he tunnel visions on this demo. So notice that he turns around to look at the scout, and he actually needs to just go back and fight that scout. So even right here, notice that the other scout that was shooting him isn't in his cone of vision. He kind of just shuts him out, and that's really bad, because if that other scout just pushed point, it would have been an easy kill. So we're going to come into this mid, and he's going to have uber disadvantage. So their soldier's going to be up to make sure that they pop, and he's actually going to move up as well. So instead of standing here, he should actually be standing on top of the roof. And this just makes sure that he doesn't give up ground for free. So when we give up ground for free, they kind of just walk in for free and they don't have to pop. So in a couple seconds he's going to peek roll out, and basically he needs to make sure he checks for stickies because he's not going for a suicide. And even it's questionable whether or not he should even peek it at all because it's a risk that you're taking. So he's going to peek it once again without checking for stickies and then move on to the right side. So while he sees the scout and pushes him, it's actually a good idea just to go on point. After he gets that kill, he should actually just stay on the ground instead of moving around the right side to go for a flank. In this next clip he's going to push a soldier in IT, and it's a good idea to jump into the air so that when the soldier turns around he doesn't have an easy rocket. So he gets this kit, and the scout actually drops down to fight with him. So you need to make sure that you don't leave your teammates and actually fight with them when they're coming in to save you. This next clip is a really good example about how important looking around is. So it's really important that you always have eyes on chokes or entries that the other team might come through. So he goes in here, and you already have a scout in IT, so there's no reason to peek it. Same thing right here, he's moving into his team, and you need to peek choke. So as a result, he doesn't see the first soldier that jumps, and he's not going to see the second soldier that's ready to jump. So he can't really deny them, and he doesn't end up really helping his team. After the Uber, he's going to end up running into their whole team, which is just a bad idea. He's going to push him to last on this left side, and he needs to make sure to shoot these stickies, and you don't really gain anything from making sure that they don't know that you're there. And he's going to come into this Uber and take out the heavy, which is good, and he's going to pressure this demo. And after he pressures the demo, he decides that he's really hurt, so he needs to make sure he either ignores the demo from this point on and just stands on point, or he needs to jump from that railing into the demo. And right here he's not really sure what he's doing. He chases the demo and just wants that frag. So he misses two opportunities just to slow down and reload. One where he was behind that thing on the left, and when he was up top. And right here he's just shooting pistol bullets and not really doing anything. He's gonna leave, and even though you had 4 health, you could have done a lot. So this is a perfect example of a slow push. So right here he's going to take some damage. He either needs to get the kid in IT or move over to his medic, and then once he's buffed he can push up. So he's going to push up into the bats area, and once he sees the stickies he either needs to move left to avoid the trap or just shoot them. And right here he's going to go after the scout, but the problem is that he has no health and the scout most likely just took the kit. He's going to get hurt in a mid-fight, so he's going to back into sewers to get health. So when he comes back into this fight, he needs to be careful whether or not they're actually losing it. So he tries to go for the demo, but you should notice that everyone's flowing over their left side, and he needs to just leave instead of trying to fight it. So possibly the most important thing to work on while playing Scout is going to be your DM. So you can learn when to push and which fights to take, but ultimately you're going to need to click on people to kill them. So the problem is that I can't help you with that aspect, and it's important that you take time out of your day to practice your DM. So you can do this through DM servers or MGE, or even through your scrims and matches, but you need to make sure that you keep up your end by DMing and practicing.